Welcome to Margin Business Digital Entrepreneur Podcast. In today's episode, we got Nick Penev. Nick is the Partnerships Manager with Hello Tax, a webinar host, and the co-founder and advisor with Extreme Power Brands. Welcome, Nick. One more thing. If you like our content, please hit the subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. Thank you and enjoy. Welcome to Margin Business Digital Entrepreneur Podcast. Happy to have you here today. And yeah, let's start right from the beginning. I'm sure you have a great story to tell, and we work ourselves up afterwards to what you currently do and your current position. Let's get right into it.
Okay, thanks for having me, Omar. The last time we actually communicated with you, Germany were still in Euro 2020. Now they're back or they're on the beaches. So yes, this is not the year for Germany. It might be the one for England, but
not really.
I'm for Italy. I have been a long-term fan, like Italian supporter, and I used to be England one, but I don't like this guy. Sterling. He's a diver. He should go and try in the Olympics now in 2 months. In diving.
Wow.
But anyways, let me tell you what I've been actually from kindergarten. I have been in sales, by the way. When I was in kindergarten, I used to actually draw very well, like pictures. I used to paint, and what I did there is that I was actually drawing animals and other stuff for the other kids, and they were paying me like pennies, and I had like a whole jar of like pennies, quarters, we call them in Bulgaria stotinki. And actually, that was in the 80s, end of 80s. And actually, the kindergarten teacher actually called my parents and they told me, you know what, this is not good, we're communism, you shouldn't do this type and this capitalism, he cannot do that. So obviously, I have been a sales marketing guy from the beginning, I honestly, I didn't know what exactly I should do probably until I finished high school because I used to major geography. So I had no idea what I would do. And eventually, I actually got accepted to study in the States. I went to the exchange student there. Then I went to Fresno Pacific University and actually I majored in marketing and advertising. And then actually I realized that this is what I should do, like marketing, selling, advertising. So this is actually what I started. I worked for 5 years in an outsourcing company in Bulgaria. I used to be one of the top sales guys there. We used to sell hosting dedicated servers. The company was called apos.net, and they got acquired after that by Rackspace. But it was a very nice place. A lot of schooling, 5-6 hours on the phone. You have all the education that you need to get it from working there. And after that, that was in 2010. They actually decided to close. Exactly, they decided to actually close the outsourcing office in Sofia, so we're out there. So then actually start working in a company which is doing like affiliate marketing. They have products, they do like affiliate campaigns. They used to sell mostly supplements, and I liked the idea and I quit this company and I established my own business. We used to sell health supplements like acai berry, like raspberry ketone, all the vanity stuff like muscle builders, male enhancement, breasting, all the vanity stuff. And actually, we're actually one of the first companies who were doing that in Bulgaria, and we started with like 5,000 euro capital in the beginning, and actually grew to around 5 million in 4 years. And the reason for that is that
was really big. I remember that time. Yeah,
exactly. So they were one of the first ones. There were not too many companies doing that, so we started from Bulgaria and expanded to the rest of Europe. And I was doing that for around almost 10 years. And in 5 years ago, a lot of companies actually came in the industry.
They came in.
Exactly. Yes. So I was figuring out, okay, I need to do something different. You cannot do like Einstein is saying, you cannot do the same and expect different results. So we need to change.
Exactly.
And then actually we set up an affiliate program, and we started recruiting partners. And instead of paying for advertising, which was getting too expensive, and it's what knows. Obviously, it didn't make sense to that. We started actually using affiliates to actually run our offers. And then we started doing a lot of sales because we only paid per results. And that continued until last year. last year actually I saw that profit margins are going down. Everybody started to sell online. Everybody want to come on board, and we have a saying in Bulgaria. There is too many monkeys on the brand. So if there's too many monkeys, it would go down. It would break. So you need to calm down. And this actually I sold this when I when I tried to sell my company. I sold it to my half of the brands. I sold them to my ex-partner because he would like to continue. He had a different approach. He would like to buy thousands of products, and I told him this is not for me. I should concentrate on few things and do it properly. I don't wanna get like hundreds,
Exactly.
different products or SKUs and do that. So it's not for me. So we split. We're still friends actually. We have another company, but at the end, no, this was not for me. And I figured that there is a lot of great companies in the e-commerce industry.
It is.
And actually, HelloTax is one of those. I used to be client of HelloTax, and we used to do the VAT compliance for our actually company for them. And last year, actually, they told me, you know what, Nick, we would like to build a partnership program for HelloTax and do it from scratch. And I said, great. I'm selling my business now. I can do it for you guys. And I set up an agency to help companies to build partnership networks and to expand them.
Okay.
And since I've been doing that for a long time, I knew how to do it properly, because the issue with most affiliate and partner programs is that most people just want to get, they don't want to give. And I'm doing it in reverse. I always try to build relationship with my partners. I will always try to actually connect them, help them out. And of course, I only make money from 10% of my partners or clients. But in general, now I connect people all the time. I don't do it for free. I don't do it for money. I do it just to basically help people out, because it doesn't cost me anything. What would it cost me? Like half an hour, 1 hour? And a lot of people are helping me after it. I had a partner that I recently were looking for a customs partner for HelloTax. And I actually outreached to a few of my partners, and they connect me with the company which is now partner. So building a network is the best thing. It's a long-term relationship, and you shouldn't expect anything in return. Eventually, it would pay out. And this is actually what we're doing with you, Omar. I'm connecting you people. You're doing that, vice versa. And of course, we don't get anything from each other. We help each other. And
yeah, exactly. It's fine. It's just an email. It's just a connection. It's nothing. It's nothing like, you have to spend a day in doing this. It's just courtesy.
Exactly. And for example, recently, because we organize webinars, like 2 webinars per month, and all my slots are booked until September. And when I get inquiries, I try to actually connect partners who are a good match, and I can just pass it to them so they can organize. Because, like I said, when there's good companies, when there are good products, it's good to connect them so they can build a network and help each other. So that's my approach. I like it, and this is why most of my partners like me. But I'm very open. When I work with somebody, I tell them, I don't expect anything from you. I just expect that we share the work if we work.
Sure.
So if we share the work and then obviously don't do your part, then you're not a good partner. We cannot free ride. So, but you cannot know that in advance. I know it from my previous company. Right now, 90% of companies are not accountable. But of course, you cannot know that in advance. So that I don't make assumptions. I'm open to communicating with everybody, getting ideas, sharing ideas. So that's the way to go.
I think it's a really good approach, and how the method you do is amazing as well. And I think it can only bring great results, because at some point now we are all in a situation we have to try to work together. It's even I don't care about competitor. No, for me there is no competitors. We're all together. Even they do the same as me, I don't mind. Even we can talk together. We can. It's not a problem. It's not like we take each other's bread away. You understand? It's like, it's so much space out here. Everyone can get something. There is percentages we didn't even touch yet. So it's so big. Everything is so big. There is enough to do, and the e-commerce is like a big bubble, like a big balloon. It's getting bigger and bigger. And everyone can get it.
You're right. Actually, a lot of my partners are telling me, okay, why? These are competitors. I said, well, what, man? I mean, just talk with them. Sometimes competitors
Exactly.
might be even a partners, because I have some companies who offer like VAT for Hello Tax, but they offer to different type of clients. Now, our clients are not their clients, and vice versa. So when we get inquiries for clients which are not good much like large corporations, I refer them to them, and vice versa. Always, no, we
Exactly.
cannot cover everywhere, so they cover like
For sure.
Japan, So they did, people outreach to me all the time. Nick, do you have somebody for that? And most of the time, I have somebody, and I help them out.
Yeah,
And
I
actually,
think I think
I'll give you a funny story. Now, one of my partners actually, I sent him, one introduction to a company. He said, Nick actually introduced this guy already, but he said it's okay, man. It's better twice than never. So,
it's true.
so
That's true. That's true. I
yeah.
just what I wanted to do is because your story, I mean, is very interesting. I just wanted to break down a few parts because and ask you a quick question. So you are from Bulgaria, Sofia, or
Actually,
outside
I
of
mean,
Sofia?
no, actually, I have been fully remote for like 11 years. Right
Okay.
now, I live on the Black Sea coast, even though it's raining, but that's unusual.
Okay, Black Sea
The,
coast.
the,
Wow, this is
yeah,
amazing. This is
exactly. No,
something.
this what I told you. No, this is on my summer schedule. In the mornings, we go to the beach, then I come back. I have 4 or 5 hours of meetings. Then we go to an afternoon beach. Then in the evenings, continue doing paperwork and meetings with US partners. And I've been doing that for 11 years. I've been
Amazing.
remote, so I can organize my way. And in the like in September, when school and kindergarten starts, obviously we go back to Sofia and we stay there for
Okay,
the
okay, I
winter.
understand. Understand. Because I'm asking you this because I remember the last, I think that past, but like 15 years, Sofia has been known to attract lots of expats. Like when I was still in corporate before, I cannot count how many offers I had to go to Sofia because there was such a demand for languages. I mean, in the early 2000s, mid 2000, even end 2000. I mean, before 2010, there was such a high demand of high level workers in Sofia itself. And that's why I'm mentioning this because I can imagine you over there having your connections and this industry is booming so much. You must have swum in opportunities, what to give, who to link, and all the connections you had that time. It's
Yeah,
that's why I'm
actually,
bringing this up. Actually,
let me tell you, the funny thing is that I only live in Bulgaria. I have connections, but I don't do anything in Bulgaria. I just live here. So
Okay,
probably
understand.
Bulgaria is probably the place where I have the least number of connections, because I used to sell mostly outside of Bulgaria,
Yeah,
even though we start here. It's a small market. And obviously, the potential for outside of Bulgaria is much bigger, because we're like 7 million. It's not a big market. So compared to the rest of Europe, states, and Asia, it's very small. Of course, I mean, there is potential, but it's not probably the biggest potential. Here, it's good for like getting talent, finding like developers, like business developers, because here, people speak English, German, some of them
yeah.
even more languages. They're very skilled, and the most important thing, they're very reliable. I have a partner who used to be my manager in my first job. He has like an outsourcing company, and he's been doing that for 11 years. And because I talk with partners all the time, and this my question with everybody is, what's your pain point? What you need so I can actually connect? And many of them actually need developers and stuff. And
Yes.
when I tell them, okay, what do you prefer, like India or like Eastern Europe? And they say, okay, Bulgaria and Ukraine are the best spots, because obviously it's not that expensive, but they're reliable and they're accountable, which is very important, because even if somebody is very cheap, if they're not accountable, if you cannot
Yes.
rely on them, it doesn't make sense. And I spoke with another partner from the States the last weekend. He told me that he has been hiring a lot of stuff like from Asia and other places, and he just decided to either do Philippines in Asia or like Ukraine in Bulgaria for that, because even though he pays more, they need to do business. So that's probably what is the biggest benefit here in terms of that, is like a tech hub. People are pushing for that. The government is not helping, but government,
At
they
all? Okay.
honestly, I mean, there is big potential here. Besides like for the technology, the like for tourism it's great. I mean, let me show you.
Yeah,
I live
sure.
in a park here. Let me show where this. I live in a park here. So
Okay.
like 200 meters from here is the beach, and
Okay.
and guess how much does this cost? This is like a 2-bedroom apartment. How much do you think it
I
would
mean,
cost to buy
like
that?
rent to buy or
No,
to rent?
rent.
Yeah, I know
To
rent
buy.
is super cheap over there, but I have no clue about the buying.
Okay,
I don't
just
know.
guess. No, give a number. How much
Maybe
do you think that?
60, 80, something like that. 60, 80K. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly 80K. So 80K is nothing. I mean, for example, in Spain, Italy,
Oh,
France, I mean,
you
what can you
cannot
buy
get
for
it.
that?
Even
Yeah,
there's a crisis in Spain. You cannot. You can get these type of houses, but not like so near to the beach. It's
yeah, but keep in mind, now where I live here is probably one of the top locations in Bulgaria because it's a pine forest. You live in a park, and actually you're 300 meters from the beach, and the thing is now people. I mean, the government is not actually promoting that. They don't. I'm not sure what is the reason. It might be corruption. It might be another reason, but people just don't know how to. In Sofia, just to give an example, since we're talking about Bulgaria, Sofia, like 20 minutes from my home in Sofia, we have like a very high mountain, like 2,000 plus meters, and there's like skis and everything. And
okay.
we're
I
exactly.
didn't
And
know.
so, for example, when I finish like my meetings, I go there, and in 20 minutes I can ski, snowboard, or do whatever I want. And most major cities in the world don't have such high mountains, and our guys are doing nothing. There is no resource, nothing. So
Okay, okay, interesting. I mean, that's the thing because look, I'm coming afterwards as well to your childhood because it's as well interesting. But this is the reason because Bulgaria is actually developing. For me, it's a country which has a huge potential. They have different zones of weather, which is as well amazing. So in the south, you can have very nice weather, not throughout the year, but like the summer is amazing over there. It was a destination before when there still was the communist part of Europe, where people would all go. It was the main location where everyone was go, the Black Sea coast.
exactly.
So,
I mean, I live here, so I know it's very good. But like I told the government, they're not trying enough. I mean, you should. So I mean, I'm not sure what is the issue there. I don't dwell too much into that, but
yeah,
it's not only here. Greece is nice, Turkey is nice, Bulgaria. But like I said, there is like with the e-commerce, there is business for everybody. But the issue is
sure.
that some people don't know how to actually monetize that. But that's another story.
I think some people will figure it out quickly, and as soon as
see.
As soon as I think as well the number, like Sofia is a very advanced city. Maybe the other parts of Bulgaria are still coming, but are behind a little bit. But as soon as they get on track, everyone has internet and everything goes. Then it's I would say it's gonna boom.
Yeah, after COVID, things are getting a little better. They're trying to diversify because before everything was concentrated in Sofia, and right now a lot of people are going out of Sofia because you work remote. I mean, there is no need to stay in Sofia. I mean, you can live in a cheaper city, like everything is cheaper, everything is easier. It's even nicer because in some cities it's even nicer because like it's cleaner. It's easier to get like kindergarten, schools, and people are actually moving out of the big city. But this is actually everywhere. I have friends in the States. So why should you pay like 4,000 for like a studio in San Francisco? You can go live in like 200, 300 miles.
In the mountains, yeah.
Exactly. So I mean,
or at the beach, it's
Of course, I mean, if your job doesn't require to be physically in the location, I mean, you can live anywhere, and you should do that. I mean, that's other things with remote is because, by the way, Hell Tax is fully remote as well. And let me tell you, the story there is very interesting. Christoph and Christian, the co-founders, they actually met online in a Facebook group. Both of them were actually Amazon sellers, and they had like issues with the VAT compliance. And
like everyone
actually,
else.
exactly, and they built Hell Tax with the idea to be like a SaaS solution, which is tailored for Amazon and e-commerce sellers, to be actually easy for them to connect, do the VAT compliance, and don't worry for the paperwork and other stuff, which of course every business owner hates. You just want to concentrate on the business. You would like to know that you're compliant, and that's it. So this is actually how they found the company. That was like five 5 or 6 years ago. After they actually met after 2 years, and
Okay.
in the beginning the company was called FBA Hero, but obviously no, FBA is
I
not a
remember
good
that
word.
one. I remember
Exactly.
this one.
They had some issues with the name, so they rebrand to Hello Tax, and since then, the company is like 60 plus people, fully remote across Europe, Asia, States. So, and it works pretty well. And another
It's
reason why I
a
like them exactly because it used to be fully remote as well. So it's a perfect match.
it's an amazing company. I mean, I was looking into it, and it grew so big suddenly. I had my eyes on many, it's like smaller companies and small agencies who are doing it, but suddenly, HelloText came out and was everywhere. And I think it was an amazing job marketing wise. They really. I don't know how exactly they did it, but it's from two people who met on if you even say this on the Facebook chat, building such a really good network of tax of people who help for the taxes, and as well doing it really really well.
Yeah,
I
I mean
really
the
I'm
one of
amazed,
the one of the co-founders is like a process and organization like expert. So I guess he had an idea.
Yes,
He need time to organize it. And obviously me and the marketing team are actually it's a nice product, but of course your product needs to be seen by people. So this is why we
sure.
do a lot of like webinars, articles with partners, and we're always thinking for new like solutions because like I said, taxes are a complicated topic. It's not like the other services. You cannot just go and sign up on the website all the time. Partners have consultations with me. If they have clients, they have consultation with some of the sales guys. They speak multiple languages, so there's a personal touch. And as some partners are saying, you guys are babysitting the clients. But in regards to taxes, you should do it like that. I mean, you cannot just tell them, okay, go and sign up on the website. They have
No,
questions,
for
so
sure.
you need to assure them. And after you do that, the next stage is just to connect and just forget about it. Just pay the VAT return and that's it, or the OSS report. So the idea is to be easy for the business owner. That's the key here. And
Exactly.
this and
Yeah.
and this is actually what you guys do as well. I mean, you help out the sellers because honestly, I mean, if you do it yourself, it's very likely that you'll fail. So this is actually why we are meeting with you, why I do the webinars with partners. The idea is to actually educate them about different solutions so they can obviously outreach and get help and grow their business, because this is how we grow as an industry, by helping each other.
For sure, especially for taxes, because I mean, how many times people came to me and say, yeah, about German taxes, how can we do it? Can you help me? One day I said, like, yeah, whatever, send it over, I have a look at it, and I'm looking at the documents, I was like, okay, listen, go to an accountant. I cannot help at all, because if you never have done this before, filling out these tax document, if you do a mistake, there can be some big trouble, So I always tell people, when they come to me with questions, I can reply to them. The basic ones, yes. But if it goes deeper, I just send it. Now HelloTax is my point where I send anyone who needs advice in taxes related to Amazon selling directly to you, because if not, it's a headache. You have to most probably watch videos, go into this. I mean, we don't have time for this. So like the Mr. Ford said, when I need somebody, I just press a button. And this is how you should do it. You don't know one thing, give it to somebody else. It's
exactly.
very, very simple,
exactly. There is a saying, because some people would like to offer everything, and there is a saying: if everybody's your client, then nobody's your client. You cannot be expert in everything. So obviously, need to concentrate on certain thing and just do it better. So you're right with the documents. I mean, the issue is that you can do it by yourself. That's for sure.
For sure, yeah.
You can do it in one country, but try doing it in multiple countries in Europe. That's the issue. And your accountants are actually experts in their home country, but HelloTax actually works only with companies not for the VAT in their home country, but when they sell cross-border. So obviously this is the issue, because your local accountant can help you in your home country, but they have no clue outside of your home country. And this is actually when we help with connect with multiple markets, and we just, and of course we have the account managers. It's not just we have people who actually guide you, but that this is how it works with taxes. On your side it's similar, of course, because you cannot, there's companies offering machine translation, but this is not how it works out. We had the webinar yesterday with the partners, and they're explaining the difference between like translations and like machine translation. It doesn't work. You don't know the specifics in the market. You don't know how to like the slang or everything. You need a real person for that. So this is what is the common between you and us. You need people to actually make it work. The software is to make it easier, but you need people on the back end to actually make it work properly. So
I think it's you really directly hit it on the point, because the thing is, even from now in 10 years, I don't see anything will change with our type of work, because okay, translation will get better, AI will get better, but they will never have the localized slang words which we can actually find out as local speakers from the local markets, versus a machine who might scan the Amazon bestsellers, who are most of the times Chinese nowadays, and take out their keywords, because they don't use proper translation services. They translate by Google Translate. And so you get words that they have created, or like basic words which came out of nowhere. And, we can really search for them deeper and bring these keywords up and even surpass those Chinese sellers, even if they are the best sellers on the first page.
Yeah, actually, I have like a lot of newsletters that I'm actually that I get from, and one of them is a marketing guy, and I got a very interesting one yesterday about content, and this is what they were saying: use humor in your translations. An AI, a machine cannot use humor,
No,
so this is
very dry.
Exactly. So this one, and I'm trying that now. I'm not sure if you have seen my profile picture, but it's very fun. I have like a swimming tube on my head and glass from a beach photo, and I'm using that on LinkedIn, and people get in touch with me sometimes just because of the picture. So obviously, no, the machine cannot think of this stuff. I mean, you need a real person to actually get the idea and implement and execute that. So like I said, some things never change. Of course, we use tools to make it easier, but the final piece, which is like the detail, like how they're saying the devil is in the details. No, this is where people need to actually do it themselves. So
yeah, I think so as well, 100%. So when with Hello Tax, for example, what do you think? I mean, where are you headed? Where's the company headed for the next 10 years? I mean, because we have all these ongoing things at the moment. We have all the the markets are changing, machines are changing. Like I said, I don't think that anything will change in the next 10 years, but still, where is Hello Tax heading? What do you have in mind, if you are able to talk about that?
You know what Benjamin Franklin said? There is nothing certain in life but death and taxes. So taxes would always stay. They might go up or down.
Very good. Very good.
So in regards to Hello Tax, the main thing here that we're doing is trying to automate the operational stuff on the back end, like filing, yes, reporting, because many of the tax authorities are not fully automated. So this is the key, optimizing, because when you optimize the work, you can lower the pricing, because a lot of stuff is done manually right now. It's not because of us, because of the tax authorities. So if the tax authorities go digital, then a lot of stuff would become easier for Hello Tax, and obviously now it would make like the service like cheaper, better. We're actually working on packages to actually help like sellers from outside of Europe, because that's a major issue now. There is fiscal representation. Some of them are not paying tax VAT, which is an issue. So we're trying to concentrate on Europe with the idea to help and expand for clients outside of Europe. Actually, we're gonna have like a package probably in a month or so. We're working for like US sellers with the idea to have like a turnkey solution, because taxes is one of the pain points. Then it's like customs, logistics, and translation. So probably working with partners, I might have an idea to actually work like a package where you come and obviously we offer everything, because instead of going and looking for multiple companies, you can have like a package, and you can have the parts who can actually help you out for that. And that would mean that you don't need to worry. You just go, you start, you start selling your products, and you have people who are actually backing you up. So this is one of the ideas, but there is plenty, honestly. No, if you ask me, there is a lot of ideas, but I try to test, get some results, and see which one
And
are
then
good
yeah.
and execute. I don't make assumptions. So this is actually what I'm trying to do with HelloTax: execute different ideas and see which one is working on for us, and then we apply that in our strategy.
Okay, I think this is a very good approach because the packages, I think the packages are the key actually, because a service, when you have a service, for example, and this service is only one-sided, and a customer will come and say, okay, I want to purchase this service, yeah? And there's another company which has all services together. Where do the customer, even if they're more expensive, where do the customer go? Because Amazon sellers have enough headaches. Obviously, they go to the company who have the services which are grouped, which are logically grouped. I don't say like different angle, like one taxes and optimization and listings. No, I talk like in their domain. So I think as well for the future is always good to add services which make sense, which attract the customer even more, because she don't need to go anymore to any others. Just an example, I'm sure you're doing this already, VAT and local tax. To combine them together, for example, then he don't have to go to his bookmaker. He don't have to go to the VAT, to the government. He don't have to do anything anymore. Everything has been done by one simple organism. He just give his money and the rest is done for him.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I agree for some stuff, but not for everything. Usually, it's good to concentrate on one thing. This is actually from my experience, and get reliable partners for the rest. Because
Okay.
if you try, because I know examples where somebody just saw something and they started implementing, sometimes it doesn't work properly. So if you had good reliable partners, it's much easier. You can always share the revenue. But of course, there's different type of people. Sometimes some people want too much. Some people would like to under promise and over deliver. Some would like to over deliver and under promise. But we're all different. So in general, it's good to have good partners. Partnerships are not. I mean, in this way, sometimes somebody's telling me, okay, we can partner with you, but we need to pay that. I'm not paying you anything, man. Partnerships, it doesn't require payment. If you require me payment, this is service. I don't need a service provider. I need a partner. So, and because you should be ready to give. The only thing that you share is work. That's it. You just need to work with your partner. That's the key. If you're asking for money, then you're not a good partner. You're selling a service and you're a bad sales guy, because nobody is gonna pay for that at the end. And this is what I tell all my partners, HelloTax, clients. If somebody's asking for money for partnership, just skip them, and they just pass on that. They're not a good fit. If they're a good partners, they don't need to sell their service. They'll actually make it worth through their actions. So
yeah, I agree. One last question for you. What motivates you? What makes you get up in the morning? Because you're very driven person. I see you really love what you do. You're just behind it. You're there all the time. So what does motivate you?
Honestly, it's not money. This my wife's telling me, okay, why are you working that much? I'm like that. For when my previous company, I used to I took 2 years off, like a semi-retirement. I didn't do anything, and I was the laziest guy in the world. My wife is telling me, when you're lazy, you're the best one. When you're working, you're the best one. So I guess I'm just like that. I cannot. There is no middle for me. I either do it or like crazy, or I don't do it like crazy. So I just like what I do. Like I told you, I don't have a specific reason. Most people are actually not happy with their work because I've been remote for 11 years, so work and life, it's easy for me. I do my stuff. I don't complain. I like it. I my Hello Tax doesn't care where I live. As long as you do your stuff. I don't need guidance. I've been doing that for a long time, so I'm
We
like
know we
on
do it. Yeah.
autopilot. So I guess it's just normal for me. So
Yeah, I understand. It's exactly what I say. We know what we do. We don't need anyone to tell us what to do. It's exactly that's my motto as well. And
exactly.
as well, the when you think about we all the problems we have in the world at the moment, all the different people who try to start a business right now. What would be your message to them? How to start a business now, or what would be the best time to start a business? Because everyone says always, yeah, we wait a little bit when it's a good timing. There's never a good timing for sure. But
Yeah,
what would be
let
your
me
message?
the best answer for that is yesterday. So you should have started yesterday. A lot of people are indecisive, so you should be proactive regardless of if it's a bit or good decision. I know that's my approach. I mean, go for it, because sometimes if you wait too much, you might make a mistake, but you can work from the mistake. If you don't, this is another actually good quote from Wayne Gretzky. You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. So you need to take a shot, and obviously, but of course, you need to do like small, like testing. You don't want to dive into deep. Just do
Sure.
research. There's a lot of information. You can learn anything. You can find information. Just if you have an idea, go do research, educate yourself, and go for it. That's it. I mean, like that, you might fail, but you would not know if you didn't try. So that's what I actually is my approach, and I do the same. I don't make assumption. I test. If it works, yes. If not, I'll know. So that's it. So and Omar, one question: who is gonna win the Euro 2020? Let's give results. We give results. We do like bets, in over emails.
For me, yeah, I would say England.
Okay,
Very
give a result so we know. We have it in the video. Who
2-0.
2-0 England? Okay, my result is 1-1, and Italy wins on penalties. Let's see.
Okay. Okay. Good. Good
We'll know.
to.
By this time next week, you will know. You know who is
Yes.
the.
Yes. Yes. Definitely. It's interesting. Will be good.
Yeah, actually. Okay, Omar.
Okay.
So
Thank you so much for coming on the show, and really great podcast, great information, and I wish you all the
yeah,
best, and speak to you soon.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Omar. Enjoy the rest of the day. I'll take a shower and I'll deep into the other meetings in a few minutes. So, yeah,
Thank you. Bye bye.
thank you, Omar. Bye bye.